Well, Wisconsinites know a thing or two about what it's like to experience snow and cold.
But how about spending months living in a place that can drop to a negative 100 degrees? Karin found out.
Yeah, I found a group of Wisconsinites. They're going to be headed to Antarctica to find out more clues about the planet's past, present, and the future.
We're also using this rig to set the casing as well.
Okay. So when most people think drill bits, this is what they think of. But when you think drill bits, this is what you think of.
So this is a drill bit we use for what's called our deep ice sheet coring drill in West Antarctica, where we drilled about 2 1/8 miles or 3,405 meters below the surface.
Jay Johnson is the lead driller with the U.S. Ice Drilling Program's Ice Drilling Design and Operations Group, also known as IDDO. This group, based out of the University of Wisconsin-Madison, designs and maintains large drills for National Science Foundation research in Antarctica.
This is what we call our 4-inch drill. So this is actually the winch and the motor that runs it.
The IDDO warehouse and machine shop on the east side of Madison holds every drilling part imaginable.
This is actually a drilling cable from one of the past U.S. deep drills.
Johnson has deployed to Antarctica 10 times and is gearing up for his 11th season on the ice.
We're calling this the ASIC drill. Basically, it's a drill that's typically used for drilling minerals and rocks. And we're going to be using it for drilling first ice up through 700 meters of ice. And then after that, we're going to drill a couple meters or up to a couple meters worth of ice or rock below that.
And what are you looking for?
Yep, so the scientists, once we recover this rock, are looking to date that rock. And in Antarctica, they're looking to see how far the ice sheet has retreated in the past, and past thousands of years. So by giving them rock samples, they can look and do cosmogenic dating on that rock and tell when it was last exposed to the sun, and therefore when the ice sheet had been retreated all the way back or melted at the, and then relate that to the climate models and what we could expect for the future.
The ASIC drill will be used in West Antarctica and will operate inside of a canvas tent.
Yep, it's just a canvas fabric and frame, yes. This tent is designed to handle up through 70-mile-an-hour winds, so we can work in just about any conditions. Yep.
And not blow away.
Not blow away.
And that's not the only tent Johnson and his crew will use on the ice.
This is a typical tent that we'll sleep in a deep field camp. Just call it an Arctic oven, appropriately named. These actually get quite comfy and warm when you're out in the cold. And
Can I feel it?
Sure. It's like a nylon fabric and has almost like a quilted inner layer to it. And these tents, even when it's well below zero, can get up well above freezing quite easily.
Do you have a heater in there?
Nope, no heat. This is just heated by the sun.
And so how long at a time are you staying in a tent like this?
Depending on field seasons, it can be up to 3 months at a time.
I bet you like your bed when you get home.
It does feel good to get back to your bed.
The biggest challenge the IDDO group deals with is the weather.
Our tent that we have at the South Pole Station right now saw minus 106 Fahrenheit this winter.
I'm still going back to this is your 11th season.
Yep.
What do you love about it?
I think the draw for me is it's the challenges. It's also a challenging place to work, but also the people we take down there and work with in the field are always very dedicated and very passionate about what they do. Whether it's a drilling type person or someone running a piece of machinery or a scientist, they're just really thrilled to be there and have a passion for it. So that kind of brings people back and to work in that environment.
You obviously have a passion for it.
I do.
How in the world do they deal with 100 degrees below zero?
It's pretty amazing to even think about, right? You just can't really comprehend.
Yeah, it's 20 below here. We're dying.
Right, yeah. They have their special gear that they wear, but Johnson, he says that when they arrive, they expect it to be around 40 below zero. And then by the height of their summer, which is the depth of our winter here, it should be about 10 degrees below zero. And you may be thinking, that still sounds really unreasonable, but he actually told me that it's kind of a dry cold down there as opposed to
like Phoenix,
Wisconsin's
a dry heat.
Damp cool, yeah. So it's a little different. And he said sometimes, it's more manageable down there in Antarctica than it is even here in Wisconsin.
Is it 24-hour sun too in this?
Yep. So they have to deal with that, when to sleep and not sleep, and sometimes they don't.
Oh, and the research must just be fascinating that they're doing there.
Thanks for their work. All right, Karin.
Really interesting. Thanks, Karin.
You're welcome.